Today I am bringing you 5 reasons why this game is the biggest pile of dog poop ever in the Call of Duty franchise. 5 reasons why this game is the worst Call of Duty ever.
So it definitely asks questions when suddenly myself, the biggest Call of Duty YouTuber, arguably in the world, isn't playing the most recent Call of Duty game. So I'm just going to be honest with you guys and just let you know sort of what's going on and why. But then when the game actually came out, it felt a little bit lackluster.
But I'm not looking forward to playing Infinite Warfare for 12 months.
Multiplayer and zombies modes that succeed mostly by sticking close to what Black Ops 3 did last year, Infinite Warfare is a generally fun but inessential shooter.
Infinite Warfare makes me appreciate Treyarch's work on Black Ops 3 even more. Infinity Ward copied too much of Treyarch instead of using their own style. To me, Infinite Warfare feels like a cheap, counterfeit knockoff version of Black Ops 3. How did we get here? What happened to Call of Duty? How did we go from boots on the ground fighting side by side with our brothers in arms in a tactical yet fast-paced shooter grounded in reality to a sci-fi style jetpacking arcade shooter riddled with criticism and hatred? November 5th, 2007, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare is released. Not only did it contain a modern take on the wartime experience of a typical soldier the series was well known for, but it also brought a revolutionary multiplayer experience. Players could customize their own loadouts to their preferred playstyle, earn a UAV, airstrike, or helicopter if they killed enough opponents without dying, and rank up to unlock more weapons, perks, and overall combat variety. Between Call of Duty 4's solid campaign and literal game-changing multiplayer, Infinity Ward was sitting pretty. Unfortunately, Infinity Ward's successful legacy would last longer than its own development team. Call of Duty 6, or Modern Warfare 2, released November 10th, 2009, and within 24 hours sold 5 million copies. By January of 2010, it grossed more than $1 billion. Modern Warfare 2 expanded on everything Call of Duty 4 brought to the table. A grander and controversial campaign, bringing what would soon be World War III to America. More explosive, however, was Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer. More weapons, more game modes, more pieces of equipment, more perks, and more, most importantly, kill streaks. Customizable kill streaks. And also death streaks. However, Modern Warfare 2 did not radically change the Call of Duty 4 formula. Rather, it added depth and expanded its possibilities. It appeared Infinity Ward was on track to celebrate a successful sequel when tragically Infinity Ward's development team fell victim to a divorce. In March of 2010, Activision would begin a divorce from the Call of Duty creators Vince Zampella and Jason West. The two developers and a large portion of the development team would leave Infinity Ward. Post-launch support of Modern Warfare 2 suffered greatly as a result. Numerous glitches, bugs, and absurdly unbalanced items were left untouched for a majority of the game's lifecycle, or not even touched at all. The original Infinity Ward had disastrously collapsed. At the peak of the franchise, with an unprecedented level of excitement, the new Infinity Ward would have to deal with the loss of its developers and the marriage of the new, soon-to-be Call of Duty developers, Sledgehammer Games. Modern Warfare 3 was released November 8th, 2011, and sold 6.5 million copies in 24 hours, 1.5 million more than its predecessor. Despite what had to be an incredibly stressful development season, the new Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer games were able to create a solid entry into the Call of Duty franchise. Modern Warfare 3 gave players a campaign that served as a satisfying ending to the Modern Warfare trilogy and a multiplayer that further developed and added depth to the Call of Duty formula. Modern Warfare 3 was perhaps the most innovative Call of Duty in the franchise. It added several new systems focused on the player experience. First, Infinity Ward wanted a faster pace of gameplay. They attempted to achieve this by the implementation of smaller maps, at least compared to its predecessors, and adding, quote, revenge spawns, a spawning algorithm that would attempt to place respawning players within 3 seconds of an engagement. Another innovative change was the alteration of kill streaks to point streaks. In an attempt to encourage objective play, not only will the players be rewarded for eliminating enemy players, but also for successfully completing an objective and destroying an opponent's point streaks. Not only would Infinity Ward change the way players obtain kill streaks, they would also add them behind a new system: strike packages, assault, support, and specialists. 3 different strike packages, 3 vastly different types of kill streaks. The standard streaks the series was known for, mostly lethal and resetting upon death, were found in the assault strike package. What's better than 3 perks? How about 4? What's better than 4 perks? How about 5? What's better than 5 perks? How about every perk in the game? The specialist strike package. 1 single player capable of earning every perk in the game. No airstrikes, no juggernauts, no UAVs, just the player and their weapon. For the most part, the community welcomed these changes, well, with one glaring omission. With the exception of the Stealth Bomber, the support strike package contained non-lethal rewards players could obtain by earning enough points. This strike package allowed players to earn these rewards even through their death. In theory, this could be a great strike package. In practice, it was riddled with rewards that were stronger than any other strike package. The EMP would destroy enemy kill streaks and stop them from calling in any further streaks, and take away their HUD. All of that would last a full 60 seconds. The recon drone had the ability to place enemies on the radar until their death, get tagged by this streak, and kiss your own streak goodbye. The Stealth Bomber is an assault streak misplaced into the support strike package. That's what I choose to believe. Modern Warfare 3 had great ideas, but poorly implemented them. The depth and innovation were present, however the balancing and fully realized aspects of Call of Duty were lacking. The point streak system was celebrated and would be taken to the next level with the next installment of Call of Duty. The assault and mainly specialist strike package was near universally praised. The support strike package, however, was universally hated. And despite 402's promises,
this is the most balanced multiplayer experience we have ever done. No last stand. Fuck you, last stand.
Modern Warfare 3 would go down in history as perhaps the most unbalanced Call of Duty game to date. The new Infinity Ward would take note of this. Up until this point, Treyarch had been seen as the inferior Call of Duty developer, never taking risks, not innovating. They were simply taking Infinity Ward's Call of Duty and putting their own spin on it. World at War was just Call of Duty 4 with a World War II setting. Black Ops 1 was just Modern Warfare 2, but boring. Black Ops 2 is where we first see Treyarch reaching out and trying something new. Their Pick 10 system for Create a Class allowed players to pick more than one perk from a tier at a cost. That cost being either a secondary, a piece of equipment, or another perk. Their score streak system was a further development of Infinity Ward's point streak system, rewarding the player for every bit of score they earned. Despite Modern Warfare 3 and now Black Ops 2's innovative and more in-depth ideas, the Call of Duty community was crying for more innovation. Modern Warfare 3, although containing many changes, was seen as Modern Warfare 2.5, and being Treyarch games, the Black Ops series was seen as vanilla, boring, and repetitive. That leads us to Ghosts. November 5th, 2013, Call of Duty Ghosts is released, 6 years to the day since Call of Duty 4. The Xbox One was released November 22nd, 2013. This meant that the next generation of Infinity Ward would have to create the next generation Call of Duty title for 6 different consoles. With the feedback given in Modern Warfare 3's lifecycle, the new Infinity Ward went back to their basics and attempted to fully realize, balance, and flesh out the new, innovative ideas presented in Modern Warfare 3, and, in my opinion, nearly perfected them. The Create a Class system was a take on Treyarch's Pick-10 system, although Infinity Ward improved this system by making attachments free and individually balancing each and every perk. Not to mention the plethora of unique attachments like the underbarrel shotgun, flash suppressor, and 3-round burst. Add to this system new and interesting perks like Gambler, Wiretap, Ping, and ICU, and you have quite the compelling Create a Class system. Infinity Ward even tackled the, at the time, loud criticisms of Black Ops 2. Laughable lag and netcode problems and a horrendous hit detection plagued Black Ops 2, and is the main reason I myself stopped playing it, eventually. Also, simplistic 3-lane maps designed to adhere to new players and a more streamlined approach to head-on-head, or rather, head-glitch-on-head glitch gunfights was heavily criticized. Infinity Ward heard these complaints and went back to a Modern Warfare 2 style of map design, larger, organic, and complicated, nuanced. The inexcusably bad netcode, lag, and hit detection were but perfected in Ghosts. Perfect hit detection and minimal lag was the standard for Ghosts. Though Ghosts was perhaps objectively more balanced than Modern Warfare 3 or even the entire Modern Warfare trilogy for that matter, it was not a perfectly balanced game. It has its own flaws. In Black Ops 2, players complained about shooting first and then dying first. Because Infinity Ward fixed Black Ops 2's netcode and lag problem, they created a new issue, the time to kill. Because every single shot was registering in Ghosts, players were experiencing an incredibly fast time to kill. Specifically, some players believed the strategy within gunfights was eliminated due to a fast time to kill. Whoever shot first would usually get the kill. In addition to this, there were many unbalanced aspects about Ghosts at launch that turned a lot of people off of playing it right away. The guard dog point streak having an insane health, long-range attack, and an instant kill on anyone it attacks, the IEDs being uncounterable without set rep or blast shield, the C4 riot shield combo, and of course, the MSBS. However, proving they were about balance this year, Infinity Ward patched most of these issues. The MSBS, the C4 riot shield combo, and even IEDs were nerfed post-launch. Infinity Ward was all about refinement this year. Moving away from Black Ops 2 and holding on to what they did in Modern Warfare 3, Infinity Ward kept the strike package system and attempted to balance it. Starting with the support strike package, no longer would a glaringly obvious lethal streak be put in this package. Most aspects that made the support strike package frustrating were removed or rebalanced. The frustration of the EMP and recon drone were replaced with the delightfully clever ammo crate, night owl, and air superiority streak. While most discernible frustrations were removed, they were replaced with quite nuanced frustrations. Ballistic vests turned the tide of gunfights. The support squad mate actually shot enemies. The ground jammer was not a nerfed enough version of the EMP, and the Oracle was simply too strong. Once again, the support strike package is good in principle, yet Infinity Ward has yet to find just the right balance. The perks in the Specialist Strike package now required as many points as they cost in the Pick 12 loadout system. This meant expensive perks like Stalker and Quick Draw took more points to earn than cheap perks like Gambler and Takedown. While it wasn't as popular as Modern Warfare 3's Specialist Strike package, this system embodies exactly what Infinity Ward was attempting to do with Ghosts as a whole. smooth out the edges, refine mechanics, and fully realize the core, fundamental Call of Duty formula that was set up in COD 4. To Infinity Ward's dismay, the community wasn't looking for refinement. The community was looking for reimagining, something new, something more innovative than more perks and different weapons. The community was looking for a core change to the Call of Duty formula. The community was looking for something a little more advanced than ghosts. August 11th, 2014. The Advanced Warfare multiplayer trailer is shown. Sledgehammer Games helped Infinity Ward get on its feet with Modern Warfare 3 and left to create Advanced Warfare. Accompanying Advanced Warfare was the biggest change to the Call of Duty formula we've ever seen: advanced movement. No longer were players cemented to the ground, forced to play on a 2D level. Now, players could strategize their movement, play in the full third dimension. Maps could be more complex and vertical. Gunfights could last longer and take more strategy. Veteran players, good players, surely would be rewarded. Whether or not advanced movement actually did any of these things is a different video for a different day. But advanced movement obviously had an incredible impact on the Call of Duty franchise. When Advanced Warfare was released, and as it was being marketed, there were many players, myself included, excited for this change, hoping that it would add more depth to gunfights, and it would reward those skillful players. At first, there was a lot of feedback. Advanced movement was simply fun. Flying up in the air, besting an enemy who was unable to keep up with your movement was rewarding and amusing. This positive feedback was picked up by both Treyarch and Infinity Ward. But eventually, whether it was the map design or player base or just the fact that advanced movement might not work with Call of Duty, a large portion of players fell out of love with advanced movement, seeing it as nothing more than a gimmick trying to revive an already dead franchise. June 15th, 2015, the Black Ops 3 multiplayer trailer is released. Once again, the focus for innovation is the movement system. As I mentioned, Treyarch as well as Infinity Ward took note of the massively positive initial feedback from Advanced Warfare's new movement system. However, Treyarch changed it slightly in Black Ops 3. No longer was a double jump a sharp and immediate thrust in the air, but it was more of a glide vertically. This nerfed the elevation aspect of Advanced Warfare's thrust jumping system. However, it did not prevent players from creating engagements in a full 360-degree area. Jump shotting, halo jumping are still very much apparent in Black Ops 3. Despite the community's turn on advanced movement towards the end of Advanced Warfare, we seem to have hope that Black Ops 3's boost jumping system and wall running mechanics would minimize the negative aspects of Advanced Warfare's system and hold that skill gap we were all hoping for. November 6th, 2015, Black Ops 3 is released. As far as the new movement mechanics go, I believe it is understood that while this system is not as bad as the Advanced Warfare movement mechanics, it does not compare to the regular, old boots on the ground. Granted, many others believe there is a place for advanced movement in Call of Duty, but as I said, that is a different video for a different day. Black Ops 3 didn't just add new movement mechanics, it added a new game mechanic: Specialists. Specialists are characters you play in the multiplayer realm. Each specialist has a weapon and an ability you can choose. The thing that makes these specialist abilities and weapons special is that you earn them through simply playing the game. Every kill loads your specialist meter, each flag capture, each tag confirmed, even passively, these meters fill with time. Like Advanced Movement was in Advanced Warfare, the specialists were very well received by a large portion of the community at first, something Infinity Ward took note of. Specialists were guaranteed kill streaks, a new dynamic to pay attention to and use wisely. It took many months for players to use these abilities and for the new dynamic to fall into its place. These specialists came with a layer of fundamental frustration. They were, on some level, not fair. Players didn't truly earn these weapons and abilities. Rather, they were given them simply for playing the game. Not only that, but these abilities could be used to unfairly kill other players. The gravity spikes and the purifier are the worst offenders of this. But, much like many changes to the Call of Duty formula, specialists and advanced movement had players that loved them and players that absolutely hated them. At the end of Black Ops 3, I believe a large majority of the community was done with advanced movement and the specialist system. At the end of Black Ops 3, the community wanted to return to boots on the ground. At the end of Black Ops 3, players wanted a return to the roots of what made Call of Duty so great. And, ironically, when players were done with Black Ops 3, the community got Infinity Ward's take on Black Ops 3. In the 3 years preceding Infinite Warfare, Ghosts was almost universally mocked, considered absolute garbage. The years following Ghosts, Treyarch was now seen as the superior game developer, pushing the franchise in the correct direction. Ghosts was viewed as a boring installment, not innovative enough. And the new advanced movement and specialist mechanics were both relatively well received at the beginning of their game's life cycles. In Infinity Ward's eyes, the community hated everything about Ghosts and wanted a game more akin to Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3. So what did we expect Infinity Ward to do? Go back and continue on with their strike package system, their create a class system? No. Infinity Ward gave up on being Infinity Ward and became Treyarch. Infinity Ward made the game they thought the community would buy. A smaller, simpler map design, a neutered score streak system, the standard pick 10 system, and the not-so-hated chain-based movement system and specialist system. This was surely the winning formula for a newer, faster Call of Duty. May 2nd, 2016. The Infinite Warfare trailer is released and met with 3 million dislikes. Currently, Infinite Warfare is at the tail end of its life cycle. It's had a life cycle of hate, criticism, and very few praises. With its release, consumers, players, and the community are asking Infinity Ward, what happened? What happened to you? What happened to Call of Duty? I can imagine Infinity Ward is just as confused. It's quite obvious, Infinite Warfare is not the game Infinity Ward wanted to make. Rather, it's the game we told them we wanted. Their attempt at refining and perfecting Call of Duty Ghosts, was met with harsh backlash and hatred. Creating a sequel to Ghosts would be suicide. In fact, any implementation of any dynamics that were in Ghosts would more than likely be viewed in a negative light. With Treyarch's praise rising and the new era of Call of Duty being born, Infinity Ward gave in and said,
"Screw this. Let's go to space."
Infinite Warfare was inevitable. It's ironic now. The community is revitalized by the promise of a return to form in the next Call of Duty title, Call of Duty World War II. Call of Duty is back. Back to boots on the ground, no specialists, not even the conventional pick 10 system. The community is currently excited to see this franchise return to its roots, to remind itself what made Call of Duty successful in the first place. It's looking for a game that has refined mechanics and a strategic, focused gameplay. You could say the community is being haunted by a desire for a ghost of Call of Duty's past.